Alistair, welcome back to the table.
Thank you.
Any commentary on this?
There's a couple of updates that's worth, just a couple of things worth noting. The Hornby elected member update, we just want early works has been confirmed and will be awarded and will be underway in March. The blessing is this Friday, tomorrow, so that's a couple of really good steps forward. Design is moving at a pace, so we're looking to prepare to go to market shortly on Hornby as well. Metro Sports, we've probably talked enough about Metro Sports, but there has been some substantial activity on site, and for those that blind, you certainly can see the structure going up at the moment around the city from every window in this building anyway. So talk to Old Municipal Chambers. We continue to carry out cyclical maintenance. The agreement that we've got with the City of Christchurch Trust and Box 112 is complete now. I'm working directly with Box 112 and the City of Christchurch Trust to I now sit on their PCG, so their project control group, and they're working towards through developed design into detailed design, and they've got quite a lot of that work completed to date, so they're looking to apply for consents very shortly. So, and they're also commencing the wrap of the building within the next month as well, which is another cost that they're undertaking. There was a question around maintenance coming to an end, which will come to an end in this financial year on that particular project because of the handover and the responsibilities sitting with the trust. So, and they'll take that further. And the timeline currently for construction is still late 2022 completion on the current programme of work. Just on the elected member update for the square, something to note is the police kiosk demolition, which is due to be let in March and will commence in March. That's the only thing I really want to mention on the square in particular. And the Performing Arts Precinct is moving along at a pace, and there are papers coming through in March for Council's approval and the F&P Committee approval. So nothing more to say really on the reports there. Oh, thank you. Probably Linwood, sorry. Yep, Linwood's moving along at a pace, and I'm actually missing the PSG at the minute.
Okay, great. Thank you. So moving to questions, Pauline.
Yeah, thank you. Just on the square, I see that due to the distinction being a quarantine facility now, it's delayed that work around that southeast. But you've also said there's a slight amendment of the design of the landscape plan because they require some car access. Is that?
So we're in a concept mode at the moment anyway, so we're ongoing discussions with the ownership of the Distinction Hotel. We are continuing to complete those designs in readiness for the MIQ facility coming out of its period as agreed under MB, but it's only minor amendments, that's all. It's not huge, it's just relative information to the ongoing design of that
right, so it's nothing big.
No.
Okay, thank you.
Any further questions on this report? Aaron?
Yeah, I just had a quick one, but you've mostly answered it on the Old Municipal Chambers. So by next month's meeting, will we see a new graph down the bottom of the timeline of what will be happening in the completion? Would you have that locked in by then, do you think?
We do have, obviously through the agreement process we've gone through, they've given us an indicative programme already, and it's extremely detailed, to be quite honest. I think it's more around the timing of their start. So their consents they're now getting nearer and nearer to putting their designs in for consents. Once that's established, then we can proceed to understand the actual impacts that will have on the programme delivery. Yeah. So at the minute, the indicative is as ever is December 2022. So I would expect that to slip into 23, early 23. There's no doubt. But they're proactively trying to make as many steps forward. We're working with them at the moment on access requirements because they're going in and out of the building to review certain areas to inform their structural engineering and also ultimately their architectural design as well.
Right. Okay, so that would...
We should get an update in 2 months' time. We certainly should have an update, yeah.
Oh, okay, that's quite good, because you don't want to misread that because you change one letter and it's cynical maintenance.
Thank you. Yanni?
Just in regards to the square and surrounds, the final bullet point, development of Strand Lane, it says it will be finalised for construction to start after the post office strengthening. It looks really exciting what's proposed for that site, although I did note, I think in the media, that there was a request for a licence to occupy or a lease area from council, and I was just wondering if we're likely to get a sort of report around what's proposed, what the licensing or leasing will be, and I guess also what the work in Cathedral Square around that would, how that would tie in.
I can respond to the work that's required. With the lease, I'll have to go away and ask and get the relevant information.
Right.
Get the relevant information, but I can certainly talk to the work around, because Armitage Williams are carrying out the work for the Chamberlain building, the old post office.
Yeah.
And we're working with Armitage Williams at the moment around procuring their services to complete that work, so that we don't have the same instance that we had with the Spark building, which was two separate contractors trying to work together to complete their work in timing with their work.
Yeah,
it's better if we can do it under a set understanding of what their profit and margin is going to be that they'll want. So we're doing this under agreed set terms, really. So, and
I'm really happy to hear that. I think it just makes so much sense. So thank you. Just what I was trying to understand though, in terms of decision making about what goes there, is there a plan that we've already approved, or is there a landscape plan that comes back?
This is a reinstatement of the pre-existing in that area. It's not going to be a complete redraft of the type of paviers that are going down there. It's going to be like for like, but with strengthening work, obviously.
Is that future proofed for?
Yep, it's the now work really that we're doing. So I can bring back I can provide the documents that we've got and the designs we've got, just as maybe in an email back to yourselves.
Yeah, that's all.
So you've got that information.
Yeah, I think the key thing is, and the concern was raised too, with the distinction that we're not spending money on something that we're going to dig up a year later because we've got some new fancy plan.
No,
this is the permanent work for the medium term. Yeah, okay, that's fine.
All right, any further questions? James, you're happy to move. Do I have a seconder? Sam? Any debate? All those in favour say aye. Against? That's carried. Thank you. And then moving straight on to item 13,